heart. So those little things like that are accommodations that we can make. So if teacher says inhale, arms overhead, and you can't do that, well, you don't sit there and feel bad about it. You switch the mind and say, well, what can I do? And that's the trigger right there. So this nice young lady volunteered. So samastitihi, get to the top of the mat, please. That's how my teacher would teach. We're not doing that to you today. Inhale, arms overhead. Spread your palms, spread your fingers. Right? Bring them hands forward. Right there. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Inhale, arms overhead. We're doing sun salutation A. There are 9 spots in it. Only 9 spots. If I can just teach you sun salutation, look at YouTube, and you can do it every day. And if something miraculous doesn't change in your life, I'll give you $10. I promise you, this stuff's magic. So she's such a nice listener. She just stayed right there. But let's say that she had a broke neck like me, right? Inhale, arms overhead, isn't going to happen. Inhale, hands to the heart. Fine with me as long as you're breathing, right? Now, this is the one that everybody complains about. Exhale, fold forward. Let's see how she does it. She's young. She don't have a broke back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. All right. Now, me personally, put your hands on something. Grab. Quads. Tuck your chin. Good. Now, the first thing somebody's going to say is, I can't do that. I know, sister. So come up to your knees. Can you do that? Nope. All right, sister, no problem. Come up a little more. Put your hands on your thighs. Bend your knees. Can you do that? Okay, do that. Get my point? You can change it any way you want to. Let's say, get out of there. Let's say you're like my friend Shannon. She actually owns this yoga studio. I won't say which one. But let's say you're like Shannon and you come to my class one day and you have L3, L4, L5 pain, which like 99% of America does, and you can't fold forward, and you tell me, your yoga teacher, I can't practice yoga today because I can't fold forward. And I just look at you like you're crazy and say, can you squat down? Yeah. Okay, come on. So if we're not folding forward because our back hurts so bad, squat down, baby. Just like an old Indian, or just squat down. Can you do that? Yeah. All right. Does that feel better? Yeah. All right. Stand up. You get my point, though, right? So we call these, and a lot of times in yoga, it's the pre-posture. I'm here, but I'm working to here. I'm here, but I'm working to here. I'm here, but I'm working to here. Maybe tomorrow you might do something different. But today, my only point is, if I say to do something, and the body says, no way, Jose, I'm going to be watching you, and I'll come help you. But if you have any questions and whatnot after class, or you want to schedule some time, or I'll give you my number if you need it, so that you can figure out your personal practice, that's what we're here for. So we're going to start over. So salutation A, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Everybody knows that they can fold forward any way they want to. Go ahead and try. See what your fold looks like. Now I'll tell everybody, put your hands on something. You're going to hurt your back if you don't. Perfect. Now just see what your fold looks like. Bend your knees if you need to. All right, everybody raise up. All right, just stand tall, stand tall. Right now, just watch. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Watch her. Inhale, look up to a flat spine. Now plant your hands and step back. This is where it gets fussy for people. Lower all the way down. All the way, 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 all the way. You don't know nothing about yoga. Just pretend you don't know nothing about yoga. You've never been. All right. So we just step back and we just lower down to our belly. Just as gentle as we wanted to do it, right? Come back to inhale, arms overhead. I'll make you exercise today. To the top of the mat. Samasthiti. That means get to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back again. Now, drop your knees. Bend your knees. Now lower down. All roads lead to Rome. She stepped back the first time with straight legs. The second time with bent knees. You know what Chaturanga? Okay, do it the other way. So there's another way. Back to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step, jump back. Lower, Chaturanga. Elbows bend at 90 degrees. Stop. That is hard to do. Inhale, up dog, look up. Exhale, down dog. Now come back to the top of the mat. I tell you, I'm going to make you work today. All right, just raise all the way up. So we're at like, the 4th or 5th step in this posture, right? Nothing looks too scary so far, does it? Once you know that you can drop your knees and lower, or you can, if you're an advanced yoga, you can go to Chaturanga. That's just a nice word for that little posture she was in. I'm going to show you the whole thing before we do it. All right, so you ready? She's a good yogi. Inhale, arms overhead. Make that breath. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Either drop your knees or lower, however you want to get there. Either way. All the way down? Yeah, either way, it's up to you. Now inhale, up dog. All right, stop there. You see her up dog with these straight elbows? Press your feet into the mat. Get your quads engaged. Knees up. There, that's better. Shoulders down. You see this? This is the full posture. Now lower all the way down. Just take a break. But a lot of people, including myself, can't, I hate to use that word, or they're not going to do it today, do that posture like that. No problem. Let me show you how to do it if that's not happening today, okay? So come back to the top of the mat. And we're almost finished. We're on the 7th. I think this is the 7th step. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Any way that works for you. Touch something. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant hands. Step back, lower. Drop knees, whatever. All right. That's where we stopped, right? But this is too much for most people. So when you lower down, lower all the way down. Let's pretend we just step back and lower down, right? We're going to bring our fingers in line with our shoulders. We're going to bring these elbows down, and I want you to push into your hand and lift your chest off the ground. There you go. To your feet. Press. But it's the same thing. So just because your posture may look different than the person next to you doesn't mean you're a better yogi or a worse yogi. A good yogi is the person that loves themselves and others, not the concern of their head. Okay? Exhale, down dog. So when you get to downward facing dog, this is a monster. She can hold it for a while, so I'm not going to try to speed up. But this is a monster. For most people, when you get here, these hamstrings are going to say, oh, honey, how you doing, right? So I'll say, bend your knees. Bend your knees. Good. Press your heels down. I know. Step wider. Step wider. Now, you see, you can adjust. Press into your hands. Press. Roll your thumbs in. Roll your shoulders out. Good. Down dog, right? Everybody's down dog is not going to look like that. Pretend you got really, 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 really tight hamstrings and bend your knees so your heels come off the floor. Okay. That's a fine down dog. I don't have any issue with it. You don't like it. Now, bring your feet back on the mat. Pretend you got those really tight hamstrings. There. Down dog. If you aren't doing down dog today, drop your knees. Sit back, child's pose. There's your option. Wisdom pose, it's called. Wisdom pose. I'll tell you a quick story. Yeah, I got time. So Iyengar walked into a workshop. There are all these fancy people doing all their headstands and Circus Olay kind of stuff. There's an older lady, and Iyengar is a very famous teacher. He's gone now, but whatever. There's a lady in her 70s that was sitting at the front, and she was in this pose, breathing. Right? Iyengar, most famous teacher probably in America, other than mine, I think, comes up to her and taps her and says, I'm glad somebody here is practicing yoga. That makes sense, right? More than just physical movement. It's using that breath, using that breath. All right. So let's come back to the top of the mat where we can show them how to finish up. And I'll show you the full thing, okay? Inhale, arms overhead. However you do it. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Drop the knees and lower or lower all the way down. Inhale to up dog or cobra, whichever one's best for you. Exhale to down dog or child's pose. Now so you see how she went to down dog? Then she said, oh, I'll take child's. I cheat. Everybody's in yoga all the time. And they try to hold their down dog and try to make it look so good. I don't. I go to child's pose, right? So don't have any fear about, like, this is the pose that is lesser. They're really the same thing. So let's come back to down dog. All right, so we're at the end, and we're going to take 5 breaths, always 5. If you can take more, take more. In the beginning, you'll be breathing so fast, you'll be like, step forward, step forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Press palms, look to thumbs. Exhale, hands by your side. Samasthiti. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to throw in some more stuff, but every yoga studio in America is going to teach this sun salutation, unless it is a Bikram studio, which he doesn't, or if it's a Kundalini yoga class. They don't teach sun salutation. Every Hatha and Vinyasa class does that you will ever go to. So if you get this down, everything else is cake, baby. All right, let's hop on our mats. Yes. Yes, for the most part. However, I could just kiss you. Thank you. Let's talk real quick. I'm sure everybody has eaten a mayonnaise sandwich. You know how it gets stuck right there? That's where you put your tongue. Okay? That does a lot of things. She can tell you a whole lot more medically about what it does. But the biggest thing it does, it creates a shelf so that you're really breathing into the back of the throat, more so than through the nose or the mouth. So coming back. Think of breathing into the back of the throat. You're going to breathe through the nose mostly, but when you get winded, you'll probably breathe through the mouth too. Any more questions? Does everybody feel confident? And like you are empowered to make the choices you need to make on your yoga mat today. Everybody feels good? Everybody look at each other. My friend that teaches in Santa Monica says that. Go ahead and look at each other now. So when we start practicing yoga, you're not going to be peeking over there. All right. So, and you can step off of the hot seat for a while. Let's give you a hand. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. She had no preparation. She didn't know what I was going to do. She just trusted me. So here we go. So I'm going to teach you like we're really in a yoga class, okay? So let's all come to child's pose. I always start there. So child's pose, just step to the back of your mat, and we're going to get down like that little child's pose. I call it wisdom pose sometimes. Other times I call it child's pose. But just kind of check the posture out. Now, I see some of you. She wants to be close. She wants to, yeah.
For the help.
That, you got it. So go ahead and get in this child's pose. Spread your knees nice and wide. Let your belly fall between your thighs. I think they're better when they're wide, but what I want you to do is I want you to see what's best for you. So you can have those close knees. You can have those wide knees. You can. Try that. Put that on your knees. So wherever you are in this child's pose, just see how it feels comfortable and do it like that every time. Go ahead and bring your forehead down. Now press into your hands and kind of slide yourself back where your booty eases down a little. And take 5 breaths. So bring your tip of your tongue to the tooth and gum line. Take that big belly inhale. Nobody can hear you or see you. And then exhale. Perfect. Perfect. To my point, it's all adjustable. Thank you. All right. Now go ahead and push into your downward facing dog. So you're just going to press into the hands, straighten the legs, and you're going to come up. All right, there it is. Now go ahead and step the feet off the mat. Now step the feet a little closer. Now drop your chest towards your thighs, and I'm going to look. So press, 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 press. Better. Good. Press, 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 press. Better. Good. You're good. Oh, this one. You're doing push-up. Booty in the air, booty in the air, booty in the air. Step wide, step wide. Now walk your hands towards me. Trust me. All right. Now push back, push back, push back. Right there. You feel it? You feel that? That's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. There you are. There's your down dog. Now, if you want this, yeah, let's get you on the mat. There you go. Now, how's that? That's your down dog. Look, everybody can do down dog. So awesome. All right. Now just walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hand. We're going to hang in a forward fold. So bend your knees. I know sometimes I bend my knees here. You don't have to, but grab your elbows with your opposite hands. Yeah, now put your head between those arms and just shake it. Now lean forward a little, get to the tops of your feet or into your toes, not so much your heels. Now just shake it all out. If you had a zipper on your head right now and you could unzip it and just let things fall out, you know, what would they be? I say that a lot. Leave it on the mat. So if you need to shake something out here, shake it out. Leave it with Dr. Warner. Go home without it. All right, very slowly, much like a rag doll, just start to roll up. Bend your knees if you need to. Roll all the way up. Let the chin come up last. Good, good. And we're right back at the top of the mat where we had our demo, right? So we're all going to come to the top of the mat. And we're going live. Now, adjust this any way you need to, right? But let's go for our first sun salutation. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees if you need to. Squat down. That's good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant the hands. Just come to your tabletop. Plant the hands, step back, and just lower down. Come like this. Lower all the way to your belly. Straighten your toes, and then lift your chest off the ground. Look up. There's upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So booty in the air pose. There you go. Booty in the air pose. Now remember, child's pose is your other option. There you go. All right, take a few breaths here. The breath is the hardest part to get, so I'm not going to go on and on about it today. But just get used to the pose and just feel it, and you'll see, yeah, I'm doing good. You're good. Now walk your hands a little forward, baby. Yeah, drop your straight arms, straight legs. There you go. That feels better, doesn't it? All right, let me take you out of there. So step the hands towards the feet. So if you're in down dog, step the hands towards the feet. Come up to a flat spine as you look up. And as you exhale, fold. On the inhale, come all the way up and press the palms overhead. Good. Exhale, hands back down by the side. All right, let's take some feedback. Because, you know, we're here today to get comfortable with yoga, right? Anything seem too wild and crazy yet? You good? Everybody just did sun salutation A, right? Wasn't perfect, but mine's not either. And who cares? All right, we'll do about 3 or 4 of these, okay? And I won't work with you. We're going to see. All right, and so my teacher would always say, Samasthitihi, which means get yourself to the top of that mat. So if I say Samasthitihi, you know what I mean. And the reason you want to be at the top of your mat, because when you step back and lower down, you don't want to be on the floor. You want to be on your mat. Okay, so let's do that sun salutation A 2 or 3 more times and just see how it feels. Then we'll get into some more postures. So inhale, arms overhead. Perfect. Exhale as you fold forward. Whatever that fold looks like is up to you. Hands on something. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step both feet back and lower all the way down. Now, as you inhale, lift that chest off the floor. And as you exhale, come to down dog or child's pose. Excuse me. All right, now take 5 breaths. We're all going to end up in down dog whenever you get there. So breath in and breath out. That's 1. Breath in and breath out. That's 2. Okay. Breath in and breath out. 3. Lift. No, hands towards me. Hands towards me. Hands towards me. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Trust me. Breath in. A little more towards me. Breath out. Is that better? On your shoulders. All right. Last breath. Now, just look forward and step up there and come up to flat spine. And as you exhale, fold. Then inhale all the way up, press palms. Exhale, Samasthiti. Now, we're going to start flying and breathing. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower down. You're going to have to get those hands way up here. You're going to fall off your mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So downward facing dog, booty in the air pose. All right. There you go. And just walk your hands towards me. Yeah. I want to take all the weight out. Walk your hands towards me. I got you. Tuck your chin. Better. Yes. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. One more. Breath in and breath out. Now just bend your knees, look forward as you inhale, travel to the top of the mat. Come up to a flat spine. And as you exhale, fold. Then on the inhale, come all the way up, press palms over hands. There you go, perfect. Exhale, hands to the side, Samasthiti. All right, real quick, how are we doing? Feeling confident? Feeling winded? I'm sweating a little. We're good, okay? All right, so I'm going to teach you something I call Old Faithful. It's just going to be that, right? But you'll see how yoga teachers use that and then just add stuff to it. Okay? So we'll get to Warrior 1, Warrior 2. But we'll probably stop there. So let's all get back to the top of the mat. Samasthiti. And as you inhale, breathe the arms overhead. So inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Do your fold. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down. Any way you get there. As you inhale, just lift your chest off the ground, maybe straight arms, maybe bent elbows, press into your feet. Exhale to down dog. Now just listen closely, and you can skip this part. Step your right foot between your hands. As you inhale, breathe the arms overhead and press the palms for Warrior 1. So Warrior 1, you just everybody stand up. So when you step that right foot through, we're just going to stand up. We could do it with a knee down if we wanted to, or, however you want to do it. So Warrior 1, let's come into it. Perfect. Good. Bend your knee. So listen real careful. This knee here, you want it over your ankle. Never in front of your ankle, over your ankle. That's going to keep that knee safe, right? Your back foot's about 45 degrees. So what you want to do is square the pelvis. So if my foot's at 90 degrees, I can't square my pelvis, right? But if my foot's at 45 degrees, now I've got a square pelvis, right? So you want all of this facing forward. Yeah, you got it. You got it. And just bend your knee, find kind of like the spot for you. Just like, oh, there it is. And either come here or come here and take 5 breaths. Look at your fingers. So drishti, Dr. Warner says, where you look, every posture has a focus point. And this one is the fingers. So if you need to bring your fingers or hands down so you can feel your fingers without hurting your neck, feel free to. All right. Now you got an example in front of you. So take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms to a T. Adjust the back foot to 90 degrees. And reach from the fingertips for warrior 2. Viera Bhadrasana B. So with this warrior 2, let me see that shoulder. Ease back in here. Reach. There it is, right? Now, I've got an example, but just bring your right arm up. Look at your fingers. Bring your left arm behind your back. Tuck it somewhere. There's peaceful warrior. So peaceful warrior, look into your palm. Now press into that right thigh. Get it about where you want it. All right. We're going to skip triangle today. All right. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring both hands to the front foot, so your right foot. Put them on either side and just step back. So you're just going to put them down and step back. Drop your knees and lower. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale back to down dog. You see, we do a lot of down dog. All right. You're in down dog. Booty in the air pose. Reminds me of that song. Booty, 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 rocking. I don't know. Left foot steps forward. We're doing the other side. Inhale, arms overhead. Warrior 1. Good, good. Perfect. Now, sometimes you get into this warrior 1, and again, our bodies are going to change day to day. Sometimes this is warrior 1, for Lord's sake. Sometimes this is warrior 1. Somewhere in the middle is perfect. Take 2 more breaths. Don't do it with you. Take 1 more breath, and then open up, warrior 2. So you'll notice if you reach from these 2 middle fingers, if you really reach from them, your arms will start to grow. So it's not like you're holding them up, it's that they're reaching in opposition. Watch, I'll make them grow. Left hand is your drishti. Feel your arms growing? It's the wildest thing in the world, isn't it? Inhale, left arm up, peaceful warrior. Look into your palm. Perfect. Hand behind the back. Perfect. Now bend into that knee a little bit. Now as you exhale, bring the hands down. So to either side of the left foot. Up back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. We're going to take a break. Exhale, down dog. Or just drop your knees and come to tabletop. All right, so here's my favorite pose. We're all going to do it together. So just come to a tabletop. I always say pretend it's Thanksgiving dinner. So you want your shoulders, elbows, wrists in line. If this hurts your knees, use a blanket or something of that nature, okay? So when I broke my neck and my arms, I did this posture for months because it's all I could do. I would get into a tabletop, and this is called cat-cow. It's wonderful for your spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, look down. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, look down. Keep doing that. Pretend you're a dolphin swimming through the water, literally. And try to start to breathe into that spine, breathe into that belly, and just practice moving your spine. Just get familiar with yourself. If you go home and this is all you do, you're practicing yoga. Mindful movement, mindful person. Mindful breath. Mindful person. All right. Now keep breathing. Keep moving. Now, come back to a neutral spine. Take your right foot and reach for the wall behind you. Woo! Take 5 breaths. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. If you never did anything else, you're practicing yoga, you're breathing, you're looking. All right. If you want a little more, take your left hand forward. You don't have to. I'm just giving you an option. Yeah. And take 5 breaths there. You see how that really helps your core? And you really don't have to move. Gravity's working for you. All right. Now let's just bring it all down. Right knee, left hand comes down. And just wiggle in the middle. So shake your booty left and right. Kind of get the spine. And then we're going to take that left leg back. There you go. Now, if you want a little more challenge in your life, bring your right hand forward. You don't have to. I'm just giving you options. Think square pelvis and take 5 breaths. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. 2 more. 1 more. That's perfect. Cat-cow's my favorite. We're going to bring it all down and either come. Let's go to child's pose again. Let's take a little break. Good. Now, if y'all walk around and put my hands on you, don't panic. You're not doing it wrong. I just want it to feel better. Don't panic. So if I ease you down, I'm not correcting you. It's just kind of like giving you a massage that you can't give to yourself. All right. Now, I kid you not. If you were to come to my yoga studio, I promise, I don't have one anymore, but if you were to come to it, I don't really care as the yoga teacher and as the owner or whatever. If you come to my class, you sit in child's pose the whole time and cry for an hour. It's fine with me. If that's what you need that day, then you just come on in my class and come to child's pose and you just get right with yourself and wipe it all up when we leave. So feel empowered to do that no matter where you go. All right. So from where we are, let's just get to down dog. And we want to get back to the top of the mat. So when we come back to the top of the mat, however we're going to get there. So step forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. You're doing great. And then inhale all the way up and we'll all be at the top of the mat. Go ahead and stand up. Can you stand up from there? You want to stand up and do some balance with us? You just look at it, see if you like it. All right, so we're all at the top of the mat now. Dr. Warner talked a lot about balance. See, you're sweating, right? And it's like, I really hadn't done that much. That's why it's so powerful. Like, you don't really have to do that much. And this stuff will make you hot and sweaty and things start happening. Dr. Warner talked about balance, so we're going to do balance. The one thing I always want you to remember, if your knees are good or bad, that's motorcycle wrecks. Stop talking about people on motorcycles. Okay. If your knees are good or bad, I don't care. I mean, I do care. But there's one thing I want you to know about this pose is do not put your foot on your knee. Why? If you fall, and you're going to have to go see, your foot can come here. That toe can touch the ground. There's no rule in yoga that says you can't touch the ground. That foot can come here. It can come all the way up here. Wherever you want to be, right? So find your spot right now and just bring the hands in front of the heart and push, 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 push. And I don't get out of your way. Find something on that wall to look at. And just take 5 breaths. Perfect. Take 5 breaths. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Yeah, use that ground. Breath in and breath out. 1 more. And then we're just going to bring it down. So the left knee comes in, drop the foot to the ground. Bring the hands on top of the knees. Go out and make a little circles with those knees. Give them a little love. You needed that pose. All right, let's do balance on the other side. So whichever leg you used last time, just swap to the other one. So if you use left leg, then do right this time. And I said that I think one or two may have used a different leg, so I don't want to confuse you. Now find your spot on the wall and just start breathing. For 1, remember the goal is just to find steadiness. 2, not to be perfect, but to find steadiness. 3, 4, and 5. Bring it all back to the middle. So as the foot comes down, bring the hands on top of the knees. Make small circles left and small circles right. We'll come back to the top of the mat, and I'm going to teach you a few things that you haven't seen, but don't worry, we got it. So as you come back to the top of the mat, it's often called mountain pose. Go ahead and bring the hands by the side, look straight ahead, and we're about to get to the floor. So as you inhale, breathe the arms overhead. As you exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back to a really tall push-up. Drop your knees if you need to, and just hold out. So we're either here in down dog, or excuse me, tabletop, or we've got straight legs. I don't care which one, you decide. For 1, breath in, breath out. 2, breath in, breath out. Remember, you can drop your knees. 3, 4, and then lower all the way down. So once you lower all the way down, go ahead and extend your toes so they reach for the back of the mat. So your tops of your feet are on the mat. Good. Bring your hands by your side. Let your fingers face your feet. Bring your forehead to the mat. It's like, what is this man doing to me? So fingers are reaching for the toes, so the hands are reaching back. Now press into the tops of your hands and lift your legs, chest, and chin. Lift legs, chest, and chin. Perfect. Get your chest up, 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 up. Perfect. Up, 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 up. Now breathe. 1, 2. You can do this one. 3. It's good for you. 4, 5. Lower down. And then I'm going to shake your back. I'm going to say, oh, that feels good. I'm going to shake your back. I'm going to say, all right, let's do another one. We're going to do 3 of them. So as you inhale, lift legs, chest, and chin. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower down. Let's do one more. I'll let you off the hook today. Inhale, lift legs, chest, and chin. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower down. Now bring your hands under your shoulder and say, Lord, thank you. I have made it through the standing postures. Now I'm going to roll over onto my back. All right, I've turned the lights down or off for you. So the hard part's over. You know, we're not running out of time, but the hard part's over. So just lay down. Lay down, lady. Guruji would always talk like that. Lady, lay down. Okay. So I want to give you one more very, very important posture, I think, particularly for ladies. But before we kind of finish things up here. So you can do this standing. It's Dr. Warner's least favorite pose, or you can do it laying on your back. So everybody just take their right knee to their chest as close as it'll get. Now you can take your hands behind the knee, in front of the knee. Go ahead and bend the knee. But just go ahead and pull your knee to your chest. Now y'all, you don't have to go any further. Go ahead and extend that left leg. All right, we good? Let that knee fall open to the right side, so allow it to ease towards the floor. If you're on the left side, you can do it that way, but we're going this way first. Now, if that hurts, I'm going to block you up. But you see how you can open your pelvis with this posture? Just get nice and flat. Now close your eyes and take a few breaths. You are in posture. You are breathing consciously, and you are practicing yoga. All right. Now bring that right knee back to the chest. Pull it in. Give yourself a big hug with that knee. Now, if you want to, you don't have to, but I'm going to ask if you want to, take your right hand to your right big toe. Then straighten that leg. So whichever leg you have, take that arm on that same side. I mean, this thing here, see, you're the one I got to worry about, though, all bendy and twisty. I mean, who can? All right. Now just let that leg lay down. Just extend that leg. Yeah, I don't work you with it. Just lay it down. We finished. And then I will say, okay. But see how nice this feels? It's just passive. But it feels so good. And then you can reverse it. But you see how you can just love on yourself with yoga? Yeah. All right, let's do the other leg. Pull her in. Yeah, give it a squeeze. Now with your leg you don't have in your hand, reach with it so you feel longer. Good. Shoulders back and down, chest is open, heart is happy. All right, now open it to the side. Now everybody's open to the side. It's going to be different. If you need a blanket, wave at me. Here's your blanket. But you see how you can kind of, as my daddy would say, chalk up. So you can put a block under it. All right. Now take a few breaths. Let that pelvis open. That feels nice, doesn't it? And nobody knows you're exercising. Everybody just thinks you're laying on your back. Now as you inhale, bring the knee back to the chest. Take that left hand to that left big toe. And if you'd like to, extend the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and extend that leg all the way down. All right. In the interest of time, take a block and put it under your booty. Now get comfortable. You can use a bolster or a blanket if something's more comfortable. I always use the block. It's just, I guess, you know, I don't have much of a booty, so I,
right on the small of your back.
Yeah. So put it on your booty. Put it on your booty. Put it, make it comfortable. Is it on your booty? Now bring your feet to the sky. Feet to the sky. So you know, a lot of times, just go ahead and relax here. This is your relaxing posture. Yeah, think chin up. There you go. Chin up. And the drishti here is your toes. So if you want something to look at your little puppy toes. Now, a lot of times you will see people in yoga doing headstand and all this wild stuff. I don't do it. I have a broke neck, and if I fall, honey, I may not be walking the next day. So I do it like this every day, even though I've been practicing yoga for 25, 30 years. It's just an inversion, right? All you want is your feet over your head. If your feet are over your head, something magic happens in your body. All of a sudden, that heart's in a different position. It's used to being over our feet all day. And now, it's different. Okay. Now, because I love you all, I'm going to set you up in Shavasana. It'll take me a minute. I'm going to do odd things to you. What I mean is I'm just going to move your body. Don't panic. Go ahead and bring the feet all the way down. Ease them down. Ease them down. Maybe hold them at the end. Some mean yoga teachers make you do that. Then take that block out. Okay? Let me make sure. All right. So if anybody wants to look, go ahead and look. I'm going to do this to you. The rest of it, ow, what you doing? Bend your knees.
I'm sorry.
Bend your knees. So I'm just going to pick you up. Let go. Let go. Let your booty slag to the floor. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? All right. Stay there. I'll drag you through the woods. That's what I teach people to say. And then we're going to bend your knees. Bring those heels together. How is mama? Now, pretend you can't move. You can't move, lady. Them shoulders ain't felt that good in a while, have they? Pretend you can't move, lady. There. You happy? Stay there. Does anybody else want that? Okay. Just start laying down. And this is my favorite part about yoga. Bend your knees. Lift you up. Think booty to the ground. Booty to the ground. I'm gonna drag you out. Put you here. Feel good there? Your shoulders are a little tight. Don't move, don't move. Don't move, don't move. Feel the difference? Ready? Oh, you're good. Don't move, don't move. Booty down. Think of your booty hitting the floor. There. See how I'm just stretching that low back for you. Don't drag it through the woods. Open up. Pretend you can't move. Don't move. All right. That's the best part of the whole class. All right. Bend your knees. Up. All right. And while you're laying there, just go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and make the sound ha. Perfect. Deep breath in. Open the mouth and say ha. One more deep breath in. Open the mouth and just drift away. Close your eyes. Isn't that nice? Close your eyes. Soften your face. You are putty. Doesn't it feel good to be putty? All right. Don't move. So, stillness of the body and stillness of the mind is sometimes really hard to find. I've traveled the whole world looking for it, really. And what's so amazing is that you don't have to go anywhere. You can just practice yoga, and it all takes care of itself. Any way you want to practice it. So I'll leave you with this. There's a poem by Shel Silverstein. It's called The Voice. And give or take, it says, all day, every day, there's a voice within us. And the voice asks you to do this or to do that. Or could I do this or should I do that? And that no preacher, teacher, or wise person can tell you what's best for you. But you just simply listen to the voice within. Yoga allows the mind to get quiet so you can hear that voice. So what's it asking you? What's it telling you to do? All right, slowly, just bring a little movement to the body, so fingers and toes and little things. Just reawaken. And maybe bring the arms overhead like you're waking up in the morning and taking a big stretch. Kind of reaching for the headboard or the wall or whatever's back there. Toes go the opposite direction. Pull your knees into your chest. And give yourself a hug. Give yourself a squeeze. Ahimsa is a term in yoga which means to love thyself. So start with thyself, love from the inside out. Go ahead and drop the knees to the right and use your right arm as a pillow. So you're kind of in a fetal position, give or take. All right. Now, let's see how I'm going to do this. What we'll do is go ahead and pull the knees back to the chest and kind of rock front to back, back to front until you come on your booty. And then we'll, everybody but and once you turn and come this way, you can sit any way you want to. Just sit on top of your mat or on your mat in a kind of a seated posture. You can be legs bent. As far as I'm concerned, you can sit like you're at the baseball game. It doesn't matter. Just come to the top of the mat. Just find a little spot for you. Go ahead and bring your hands into your heart. Close the eyes. And just evaluate the person that walked in the door and the person that's sitting there now. Notice any difference? So the word namaste means the soul in me acknowledges the soul within you. So from my soul to yours, namaste. Open your eyes when you're ready. Good stuff, huh? You don't have to talk. I can see everybody, we call it blissed out. So we have that glow and you're just like, I don't know what just happened, but I feel good. Just be quiet. Helps you. And where it's like, oh, okay. The sky's not falling. All right. Dr. Warner?
More flexibility than I was expecting to see.
I mean, and if you notice when we all started, it was kind of like, I don't know. But it's like riding a bike. After you do it a couple times, you know what works for you. And you just have to have the courage to make that choice, to deviate from what everybody else is doing. All right. I think we have refreshments.